Alright, here we are in a run and drive video of our little 84 Toyota 4x4. One owner, all original survivor. You can see all the lights are working. You can see it's running nice and clean. Got it warmed up, got the heater going. But just some of the receipts I just want to show you. They've done in the last 10,000 miles. You can see all, front and rear main seals, timing chain, did all the brakes, U-joints, wheel seals, valve cover gaskets, all the gaskets on the motor, almost $2,000. Here's another one from $1,400. The outer front knuckle seals, wheel bearings, valve adjustment, valve cover gasket, cam plug, just tires, just thousands of dollars of receipts, and it shows the mileage on these things that track correctly. Even has the receipt for when the front windshield was replaced. All the other ones are original. The original owner was in the Coast Guard. There's registration that shows it was registered with the Coast Guard along with the decal up front. You'll get copies of that. The original owner's name will be blanked out and stuff, but most of the work was done at Greg's Japanese Auto in Seattle, so he's probably one of the best shops. They have multiple shops up here in the Northwest. You can hear the heater works nice and cool. Nice and smooth. The AC, you click it on, go over to cool section. It blows nice and cold. I forgot I want to show you underneath the hood. You can see it just running nice and smooth, really nice and quiet. There's absolutely no needs on this truck. A little bit cold out here though. It's only about 25 degrees, so I'm getting off the AC button and back on the heater. No stereo to play on this bad boy, but all the windows go down nice and smooth. Wing windows are really tight. They're not going to flop in the wind at all. So we're going to go ahead and hit the road. Obviously the e-brake works good. Got our hazards. Just a super easy truck to drive. You work on all different speeds. You got no exhaust leaks. This truck just sounds exactly like an 84 Toyota pickup should. There's no ticking, no knocking, no smoking. Doesn't hesitate or stumble or fall on its face. Just runs nice and smooth. So there's first, second, and it comes to the brakes. Brakes perfect, just nice and smooth. Doesn't pull or shake. This is if you're looking for an old square body Toyota, second gen, you couldn't have a better truck. It is from the body and the originality to the interior, and just how tight this thing is. There's some potholes here, soaks them up nice. Going into fourth. I'm gonna go ahead and turn here. I'm gonna downshift into third for the corner. Downshift into second. Really nice synchros, really tight shift pattern. You're not going to be hunting for the gears or grinding gears. Shifter's nice and tight, it's not all sloppy. Four-wheel drive goes in and out real easy. Obviously it's a shift on the fly system where you can just pop it into 4 high. You gotta have the four-wheel drive, the hub's turned in, but you could just pull into the 4 high like this when you're driving. That was a little high on the RPMs, but so we're going to start off here in first, and hopefully traffic allows us to get up to good speeds. I'm just giving it moderate throttle. Third, fourth. At about 3,000 RPMs. We'll go ahead and go into fifth. Just really nice and tight. You can see the nice shiny original paint. But this truck's just easy to drive. Great down the highway. You're not gonna, the 22R, you're not gonna really use fifth unless you are on the highway, which is perfect for me. A little slow down here. I'll go ahead and downshift into fourth. See the RPMs jump right up. Fuel gauge works good. We're a little above E. Temps. Everything's looking nice. We're gonna exit off here, up here, but take you on a little bit of a bumpy road, take you through some tight back road S-curves. But I mean, this truck just drives just arrow straight. I mean, it's just a killer truck. Used to do a lot of the Toyotas, but they've just gotten to the point where they're so hard to find in original condition. You know, you can find a lot of ones that are kind of rough and tumble. You know, the interiors are a little ratty and stuff like that, and they've been repainted, but it's not really like what we gravitate towards. Fifth gear here. But finding those original, especially the one owners, is it kind of starting to become an impossible task. I mean, here comes a stop. Just nice and straight. It's just crazy to think that, I mean, finding vehicles from the 80s and 90s, you know, about 5 to, you know, especially 10 years ago, it still was readily available. But finding these trucks that are, you know, the Fords and the Chevys and the Toyotas, I mean, any of them, Nissans that are still in really nice original condition, but in the original owner's hands, and not been beat on, not been modified. I mean, this truck is 100% bone stock. I mean, like I was talking about the center caps and the lug nuts and the gas cap, all the pieces under the hood and the wheel wells. Here's a patch in the road. But before that, when I was talking, there's a couple potholes and patches, but you just don't even notice them. I mean, there's no rattling, no air coming in. This truck doesn't, you know, hit a bump and, you know, hear something rattling from down below. It just, you couldn't really do anything to this truck to make it run or drive better. It's just unbelievable. Well, like what I was saying is, you know, trucks from the 60s and 70s and older, I mean, you know, they've been hard to find for a while. It's just crazy to see that, you know, it catch up to the trucks of the 80s and 90s, you know, and see that happen to where the originality of these things is just really hard to find. And the miles, I mean, 188,000 miles, you know, is low miles for an 84 truck, especially a Toyota with a 22R. These things were bought to be driven. They're like a diesel, you know. People bought them to put miles on them and to use them, and a lot of times abuse them. A lot of young people got them in the 90s and beat on them. They're great four-wheeling rigs. So unfortunately, a lot of them got chopped up and bobbed and taken out of the trails. But you can just see through here. There's no ball joint clunking, no tie rod play. So all right, good luck.